Friends, Namaskar. Today I will present to you some directors of early cinema age. First was Chandulal Shah. The first film independently directed by him at Kohinoor was Typist Girl in 1926, starring Sulochana and Gohar, which was made in 17 days. In 1929, Shah and Gohar founded Ranjit Studios at Bombay, financed by Pithaldas Thakurdas. It produced films between 1929 and mid 1970s. The company began production of silent films in 1929 under the banner Ranjit Film Company, and by 1932 had made 39 pictures, most of them social dramas. With the advent of sound, Ranjit Film Company became Ranjit Movie Tone. In 1932 and during the 1930s, produced numerous successful talkies at the rate of about 6 a year. At this time, the studio employed around 300 actors, technicians, and other employees. Some of the successfully made films were Sati Savitri in 1932, Barrister's Wife in 1935, The Secretary in 1938, Achut in 1940, Tansen in 1943, Murthy in 1943, and Jogan in 1950. Another name is Nanubhai Vakil. Vakil frequently collaborated with Jubeda and Patience Cooper. The 12-year-old Suraya, who had done minor roles as a child artist in films like Usne Kya Socha in 1937, was cast in The Young Mumtaz in Taj Mahal in 1941 by Vakil. Vakil had remade several of the silent films based on Parsi theatre plays. W. M. Khan, who became famous as the first person to sing in an Indian film, De De Allah Ke Naam Par, in Alamara in 1931, was made to reprise that song and role when he was 71 years old by Nanubhai Vakil. The film was Vakil's version of Alamara 1973, produced by Mafatlal Shah with music by Iqbal Qureshi. Another name is A.R. Kardar. A.R. Kardar worked his way up the ladder from a poster maker to a studio owner. In 1946, Kardar gave a commercially successful film with K.L. Sehgal and composer Noshad. Shah Jahan 1946 claimed as a masterpiece. All songs of the film songs became hits following partition in 1947. A.R. Kardar and his brother-in-law Mehboob Khan both left for Pakistan. However, according to Bunny as quoted by Milind Bose, they returned to India, but no reason was given for their return. Kardar went back to filmmaking and directed Dard in 1947, which starred Suraya and had music by Naushad. Tillagi in 1949, a romantic tragedy, was a commercial success at the box office. Inspired by Withering Nights Heights in 1939, Kardar later used the plot in Dil Diya Dard Liya in 1966. Tillagi's music by Naushad became extremely popular, especially Suraya song Tu Mera Chand. Dulari in 1949 had equally popular music with a memorable Mohammad Rafi song Suhani Raat Dhal Chuki. It starred Geeta Bali, Madhubala, and Suresh, not Shyam as people mistakenly put his name. Suresh used to be a child artist and has acted in several films like Basant, starring Mumtaz Shanti, Ullas, and Baby Madhubala then. Dastan 1950, a tragic melodrama, was inspired from the film Enchantment and was cited as one of the biggest commercial hits. Jadoo in 1951 and Divana in 1952 marked the parting of ways between Kardar and Naushad. Dil Nadan in 1953 had popular music by Ghulam Mohammed. He made three more films before starring Dil Diya Dard Liya, which had music by Naushad. Karda's last film was Mere Sartaj in 1975. Homi Master was an actor-director of early Indian cinema. His work extended from the silent era to the talkie era and up to his death. He produced his best films in Kohinoor Film Company, and he has been referred to as silent cinema's most successful filmmaker. Master acted in the then controversial film Bhaktavidur in 1921, Kalanag and Kulin Kanta. Some of his important films were बीसवीं Sadi, Manorama, दो घड़ी की मौज in 1935, Samaj Ki Bhool in 1934, and Gul Sharovar in 1934. He was active from 1921 to 1949 and made over 78 films. His later films in Gujarati and Hindi were termed as B movies. He died in 1949. Another name is Kanjibai Rathore. Rathore began as a still photographer with the Oriental Film Company. His experience earned him a job in Kohinoor Film Company, and its owner, Dwarkada Sampath, made him a director. Rathore's Bhaktavidur, released in 1921, was perhaps the first criticism of the British colonialism in a popular feature film. This mythological allegory directly alluded to political issues, particularly the controversy over the Rowlatt Act, an adaptation from a auction of the Mahabharata. This film showed the British as the Kauravas and its protagonist Vidur as Gandhi. Sampath himself played the role, donning the Gandhi cap and khadi shirt. The film raised a storm. While a big hit in Bombay, it was banned by the British in Karachi and Madras, writes historians. Rathore was the first filmmaker to direct a crime thriller in 1920s on contemporary events. His Kalanag in 1924 was based on famous double murder case in Bombay. Rathore introduced Zubeda to film industry with his Gule Bakawali. By the time he left for Saurashtra Film Company in Rajkot in 1924, Rathore had enough work on his name. At the launch of Krishna Film Company, he returned to Mumbai in 1931, the year of first talkies. Dharmsha writes in his Light of Asia, Indian silent cinema, that Rathore directed 5 talkies out of 17 made in 1931. He remained active in the industry even in 1940s, but he was not as successful directing talkies. Jayanta Desai, born Jayantilal Jinabai Desai on 20th February 1909 and died on 19th April 1976. He was an Indian film director and producer. After graduating from the University of Bombay, Desai joined Ranjit Studios in 1929, where he directed numerous films, including Tufan Mail in 1937, Tansen in 1943, Harar Mahadev in 1950, and Amber in 1952. Tansen was the second highest grossing film of 1943. Besides film direction, he also acted in several films. In 1943, he left Ranjit Studios to found his own production company, Jayanti Desai Productions. In 1960, he founded Jupiter Films and Hemlata Films. Thank you for watching.